Alrighty. So, as we were saying, if you have um, high blood pressure, please be careful in doing the inverted postures where the head goes down. You don't want to keep the head down for very long if you have high blood pressure. Okay. And then what you may find is as you practice, it gets better and better, and that's not something you'll have to worry about. But in the meantime, if you do have high blood pressure, be very careful. Or any other issues in the body. Just make sure that you're aware of what's happening in the body, and the body will tell you if you're listening and paying attention. Um, okay, so today we're doing Bhujangasana, and I have to say Bhujangasana for me is I love Bhujangasana. I love them all, but well, I shouldn't say all. Some of them I love more than others, but Bhujangasana gives me this sense of rising, right? As you're coming into the posture and breathing in, this sense of expansion. I liken it to the phoenix coming out of the fire, right? That's the sense that I get out of Bhujangasana. And it gives me that strength. I can feel it in my arms. I can feel it in my spine. It's this I can do it sense, right? And I am here to take it, basically. I remember when I first started practicing this, and when I was sick, and I'd go into this posture, that's what would come to me is I can take this, I can do it. And it brought that on to me. I didn't have to tell it that that's what I wanted, that's what it gave to me. So so I think maybe that's why it's so dear to me, because it helped me in that sense. So in Bhujangasana, you're stretching the spine, but I'd like you to focus on the tip of your spine. Okay, you'll feel the stretch throughout the posture, but the focus is on the tip of the spine. And as you're stretching, you feel the pull, right? And it'll actually, you will feel the tip of the spine more the deeper you go into the posture. And Sandy, we will adapt it such that you will still feel it, but you won't have to go up as high, okay? Now, the closer your thighs and your groin is to the ground, the more you'll feel it, okay? And that's not to say that today you're going to be able to do that, but the more you'll practice, the more you'll see that you can do that. And then some days you can do it better than others. Remember that, right? Yesterday it was a great, wow, look at me. And then today it was like, oh, maybe not. I'm a little stiff today, and that's okay. That just means that the posture is going to help you through that stiffness. And okay, so let me show you, and then we'll do it together. So the way I want you, normally you're going to do that much quicker.
Margie, are you on speaker view?
Oh no, thank you. Thank you. I like looking at all of you, but then.
And Danielle is on, needs to mute because it pops up as speaker sometimes.
Okay, I muted you, Danielle. It's all good. Okay. Let me collapse you. There we go. Okay. And Sandy, let's see. You're on. I can only see you now, Sandy. Am I on? Hang on. Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah? I don't know why I can only see you, Sandy, and I can't. Can you see me on speaker? But it's recording. Okay, now there we go.
Yes, we can see you in speaker.
Okay, let me hold on. There's something going on here because I'm recording and I'm only seeing you, Sandy. So let's see. Let me mute everybody. Give me a minute, okay? Let's see why we are only seeing you when I'm recording. Okay. Nope, I'm still seeing you, Sandy, when I'm recording. And I don't know why, because I've got it.
Maybe stop recording and.
Yeah, let me do that. Okay, so now when we're doing Bhujangasana, when you're doing this posture on its own, You're going slowly into it. Even when we're linking them together, you're going to find. I want you to begin on your belly, okay? And I want you to begin with your arms overhead. Bring your forehead to the ground in Advasana. This posture is called Advasana. And I want you to stay here for a moment. You're just staying here. And slowly, you're going to take your hands and place them under your shoulders, still keeping your head on the ground. And I want you to lift your forehead as your nose touch the ground. Lift the nose as the chin touch the ground. Now I want you to watch. As I'm doing my chin. Oops. Extract, can you mute yourself? For some reason, and I all right, so we're in Advasana. This is where we begin. I want you to, in Advasana, to rest. I want you to feel the body resting. If you find this to be uncomfortable, just shift the head so that your head is resting higher on the forehead and not so much on the nose, and that makes it a little more comfortable. And if you find that this is really uncomfortable, then just bring your head to the side, okay? And lie like this. I don't want you to be uncomfortable because I want you to sit here for 10 breaths so that you just let the body settle before you begin. So we're here. The feet are relaxed, arms are relaxed. You're going to take your hands under your shoulders. The nose is going to touch the ground, so you lift the forehead. So you begin with the forehead on the ground. The nose touches the ground. And the chin touches the ground. I want you to notice the chin going way out. There's a nice stretch through the throat when you're doing it. Then you're going to lift the shoulders, but the chest is going to remain on the ground. Then the chest comes off the ground and the belly button stays on the ground. This is the point, Sandy, where I want you to put your elbows down where the hands were, palms down, and remain here, okay? And I'll ask you to stretch, but I'm not going to ask you to stretch all the way the same way that the posture is going to be stretched, okay? So when we get to this point where the chest comes up and the belly button stays on the ground, I want you to bring your elbows in and the hands on the ground, okay? The rest of you have your hands here, chest up, and then now you're going to push up, belly button on the ground, and eventually come up. Now, you can adjust your arms. You will bring them a little closer to you, if that makes it easier for you. My pace is basically, again, it all depends on how long your arms are. The longer your arms are, the closer you may need to have the hands to your body, okay? But just you adjust to see where your position is. Now, I want you to notice, I think you can see that my groin region is very close to the ground. If my arms were in a different position, that might not be the case. As I'm pulling up and back, my head is going up towards the back. My face is facing toward the sky. This pull intensifies the pull throughout the body, but it magnifies my pinpointing body center, which is at the base of the spine. Then, as we go down, you're going to bend your elbow, you're going to bring pelvic region down, you're going to bring the belly down, you're going to bring your chest down, you're going to bring the shoulders down, chin on the ground. Nose on the ground. Forehead on the ground. Head to the wheel. And then you can do one round, or you can do 3 rounds, 5 rounds. I would start with just one. Get to know each different portion of the posture as you're coming up. And then stay in the posture as long as you can, as long as it's comfortable. Now remember, if you're feeling any pain, back out immediately. But I would stay there as long as it's comfortable, and then go back. So let me show you again. See, we're here. And you're going to take your hand and place it either next to your chest or under your shoulders. I place them somewhere in between. And breathe in. Bring the nose to the ground. Breathe out. Breathe in. Chin to the ground. Breathe out. Breathe in. Head up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Chest up. Breathe out. Breathe in. Further. Breathe out. And then breathe in. And stay here. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then to go back out of it. Breathe out. In. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Breathe out. Breathe in. Just stay here. So now in the posture, you're going to bring your hands back. I'm not going to come up onto your hands and knees. And then come down and bring your head down. Try to stretch the back because you've been bending it back. You want to stretch it a little bit before you come out of the posture. Okay? All right. Any questions? Turn on the gallery view. Sorry, give me a minute. Excuse me. Any questions on this? Tell me what you're thinking. Sandy, was it clear to you what I want you to do?
Yes, and it feels so good to just when you're resting at the beginning, I can feel my heart pulsing in my stomach, you know. And so it's a way to calm down and just help me relax and rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I won't go way up.
Okay. Yeah, not until you get the okay from the doctor, okay? And then the other thing is I want you to notice as you're coming up, you're breathing in with each change, right? You're breathing in as you bring the head up, breathing in as the chin goes into on the ground, breathing in as the chest comes up. Now, when you're going down, you're breathing out. You're breathing out. You're breathing yourself out to bring the stomach in contact with the ground. You breathe out and bring the chest in contact with the ground. You breathe out and the chin comes in contact with the ground. Does that make sense? So on the way down, you're leading out with a breath out. And on the way up, you're leading with a breath in. Do you want me to show you that again? So that, or is it clear? Let's do it together. And I think it'll make it more clear as you're going through it with me, okay? Um, okay, so do you want me to lie down and do it with you, or can I just observe you? Tell me what would, because this is, it's not that it's complicated, but it might be easier for you to know, because you can't watch me while you're doing it, can you? So I'll just watch you and we'll do it together. If you can set your camera so that I can watch you while you're doing it, that would be great. But if not, that's okay. I'll talk you through it. So lie down on your stomach. Excuse me, face down in Advasana. Advasana means your arms are overhead, your forehead is on the ground, tops of the feet are on the ground. If you're uncomfortable in this position, just turn your head to the side and just rest here. Five to 10 breaths here would be ideal, okay? Just allow yourself to just relax before you go into the posture. All right, now place your hands either under your shoulders or somewhere between the shoulders and the chest. Meaning they're next to you, they're not necessarily under, they're next to you, but they're positioned somewhere either at shoulder level or between the shoulders and the chest, or chest level. Elbows are close to your body, they're not going out. Breathe in, bring your nose on the ground, and breathe out. Breathe in, bring your chin on the ground, and breathe out. Breathe in, lift your chin off the ground, and breathe out. Breathe in, lift the shoulders off the ground, and breathe out. Breathe in, lift your chest off the ground, and breathe out. Breathe in, lift your stomach off the ground, and if you can, straighten the arms all the way. Head back as you can get it without hurting your neck, and just breathe here. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, as you're breathing out, bring your hips onto the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your belly onto the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your chest onto the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your shoulders toward the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your chin on the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your nose on the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your forehead on the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend your arms overhead. And breathe in. And relax. Come up onto your hands and knees. So you're going to bring your hands toward you so that you can push yourself up. Bring your hips toward your feet. There, good. You can either bring your head all the way down or just bring the hips down onto the feet, all the way down. Bring your hips down, Jeshri, onto your feet. There, that's it. Good job. And sit up. Turn around and lie down in Shavasana, in the corpse pose. Your feet are apart, whatever's comfortable for you. There we go, good. Let the feet just hang toward their natural sides. Your arms are at your side, palms are facing toward the sky, but they're not touching your body. And allow yourself to just relax here. Slowly and gently, wiggle your toes and your feet. Make a fist of your hands and tighten your arms. Bring your right arm overhead on the ground and turn onto your right side. Bend your left knee and stay there for a moment. Left hand is in front of you. Now use your arms. Please don't use your back, and push yourself up and sit up facing me, please. Okay. Questions, comments? How did that feel?
Feels wonderful.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, and it didn't hurt too much, and I can gauge how I lift my chest up.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't hurt myself.
Okay, good. That's my main concern. I want to make sure that you stay within, and I don't want to say hurt too much. I don't want it to hurt at all.
Right.
Pressure's okay. Pressure's okay, but no pain, okay? Okay, but you could do it and you could still feel the stretch in the spine. Yeah, okay, good. Anybody else?
I cannot do today because my back is hurting real bad. It's Meena.
Okay, Meena. Yeah,
I just want to see what you're doing, so at least I can learn.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
Mhm.
I want you to use your breath the way we were doing it, okay? Make sure you're
Uh-huh.
using that breath as you're going in. You're just taking each step in, breathing in, right?
Yeah.
And as you're coming out of this posture, each step is with a breath out, right? You're breathing out, you breathe in, breathe out, you breathe in, breathe out, you breathe in, right?
Yeah, this is real difficult today. Sorry.
No, no sorry, Meena. No,
Okay.
I'm glad that you're listening to your body. There's no need to be sorry.
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Anybody else?
Margie, can I see you do it one more time to make sure my arms were where they were supposed to be?
Sure, yeah.
Thank you.
You want to try to keep the arms as close to your body as you can while you're doing it. You don't want them out here. You want them as close to the body as you can.
Margie, I can't see you right now.
Okay. Let me put myself on speaker.
There you go. There you go.
Okay. I'm going to mute everybody and then put myself on speaker. Okay. There. Look at my hair. Okay. All right. So you're going to begin by lying down, right? Arms are in the Asana. You're going to take your hands back. So they're either at the shoulder height or a little further down. For me, it's a little more comfortable if I go a little further down. But the arms are not here, Danielle. They're close to the body. Tops of the feet are on the ground. So I breathe in. My nose comes on in contact with the ground. I breathe out. Breathe in. Chin in contact with the ground, and I breathe out. Breathe in. I lift my chin, and I breathe out. Breathe in. I lift my shoulders, and I breathe out. Breathe in. I lift my chest, and I breathe out. Breathing in. I lift my belly, straighten my arms, and I breathe out. And I stay in this position, breathing in and breathing out. Now, this is uncomfortable for me. So I'm better off bringing my hands a little closer to my body and coming up. And that's much more comfortable no pressure on my knees. So adjust. As you come up, if you feel that you come up and straighten your arms, and the arms are too far away from you, then you bring them closer to the body. Come out of the posture, breathe in. And as you're breathing out, lower the hips to the ground. You notice my arms are still bent. Breathe in. Lower my belly to the ground. As I'm breathing out, I go down. Breathe in. As I breathe out, my chest goes to the ground. And I breathe in. And I breathe out. My shoulders go closer to the ground, but my chin is not on the ground yet. Breathe out. The chin goes to the ground. Breathe in. The nose goes to the ground. Breathing out. Breathe in. And as I'm breathing out, my forehead goes to the ground. Breathe in. And as I breathe out, my arms go forward and down. Come out of the posture. I bring my arms back. Help myself come up. And then bring your hips down. This will help because you've been in that posture. If you hold it for a few breaths, I want you to make sure that you're going in the opposite direction before you come out of it completely. Okay? Some of the postures is not as important, but I think with Bhujangasana it is. All righty. Did that answer your question, Danielle? Hang on, let me. Okay. I can't hear you. You're muted. I can't hear you.
When I was all the way up with my arms straight and my whole body, and I could feel the, breathing, and it felt great to have my head back. And all of a sudden I thought I heard, but your stomach is on the ground. And I thought, wait, maybe my arms are not supposed to be straight up. All of a sudden I thought I was questioning myself. Okay, so I've got it.
No, I'm sorry. Your stomach should not be on the ground. I misspoke that. If that's what I said, that's not what I should have said.
What might have been, I just heard something wrong.
Okay.
So, because I was really listening because sometimes I get ahead of myself. And so I was trying to go through every single step. I was trying to breathe and do everything right.
So I may have said your stomach is off the ground.
Okay, and I must have heard on, and I was like, okay, thank you.
Because when you straighten your arms, that's when the stomach comes off the ground.
Right, and that's where it was. And then I heard, and it's off, and I thought I heard it's on the ground, and I went, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? Okay,
well, maybe I said that, but I made a mistake when I
no,
said
I'm
that.
sure I was just overthinking it. And so, okay, but thank you.
Yeah. Anybody else? Now's the time, guys.
Thank you, Margie.
You're welcome. Yeah. And then the focus, remember, is on the tip of the spine. Okay, you'll feel that pull. You'll feel that the tip being pulled by the rest of the spine as you're arching back. The tip of the spine, that's the water element. The water element is what helps us flow. That's Swadhisthana. This posture, like I told you, it was that I can do this. Part of I can do this is flowing, understanding that I can flow. I can do this. It's that sense of strength, but flowing. It's not that sense of strength and being stuck in a way of being. No, no, no. It's in flowing the way I need to flow in order to do what I need to do. Does that make sense? You know, when we focus on Manipur, it gives us that strength of self-esteem and that stick-to-itiveness. That's different. Swadhisthana at the tip of the spine is I can do it, but I'm flowing in order to do it, right? It's I can do this and I'm going and I'm doing and God, this feels good. Yeah? That's the sense that Bhujangasana gives you when you start practicing it and understand it. And even if you don't understand it, that's what it gives you. And eventually you start feeling it, right? So each one of them has their unique charm and their unique function and purpose. And they build on each other in such a way that it builds up this body and balances it. And then we come out of it as we're doing the rest of Surya Namaskar. So next week, this is the last posture you needed to learn. Now you know all of them. As we come out, we're repeating the other 5 postures, okay? And we'll be doing them, I think. Have you guys been, I don't mean to put you on the spot. Have you been practicing each of them separately? Yeah, okay. So next week, what we'll do is we'll put them together. We'll put them together slowly, we'll put them together gently, but it's really important that we understand each one of them individually. It's in that individual understanding where the fundamentals of it all come together. Okay? All righty. No questions? Anything you guys need to say before we stop? I'm going to stop recording.